these lies that are infiltrating our minds and our bodies, it's a game. And I say this all the time, is that we need to understand the nature of the battle in order to have the right strategies. Because I think so many women are exhausted in their relationships. So many men are exhausted in their relationships because they're using the wrong battle strategies, the wrong game strategies, because they don't understand the nature of the game. And I really believe that there is a battle for our hearts, there is a battle for our souls, and the battleground is the mind. Right? The battleground is the mind, where we try to program these lies. We see there's massive agendas right now everywhere. And I was like, oh, I got so angry because I feel God is fueling me with a whole new fire. I believe God is raising a tribe of, warriors that are women of God that are going to come back on fire to fight for our families, to fight for our creation, but using totally different weapons. And these weapons are those of massive love and prayer, and pouring the Spirit into the minds of our husbands, our children, our communities, and pouring the presence of God into the atmosphere where there's so much density and thickness.
So I'm glad you really said that, because that's one of the things that always comes up with, I coach a lot of women, and I have to coach them from a place of like coming back to remembering where I was in my relationship. And nowadays, like you said, like we want to battle, we want to be out in the battle. Like we as women, like a lot of it, like if you see it, what's going on in the world, is like we want to be equal to our men, or even show them like I could do it even better, right? But that's something that God has humbled me over and over again, and continues to do that. And he reminds me, he's like, hey, Vivian, like I made you absolutely perfect. And you have so many tools in your arsenal, which is our heart, which is our body, our vessel, that men don't have.
Yes.
And for us, like this divine feminine that we carry, like I tell my women all the time, I'm like, just think about this. When you walk into a room, like we are able to create so much beauty, so much peace, so much alignment in anything that happens, whether it is that you're making dinner or whether you're making, a big corporate event, whatever it is. But we forget how important those things are to the world, to our husbands, to our family, to our kids. We forget that we have this sense of the femininity that flows, that sometimes for a lot of us, we think that it's weak, that it's less than. And God sees that in such a beautiful, powerful way, that when I was reminded, like I am a co-creator with God, like he gave me this power to make these beautiful babies, to make all these beautiful things. It's like, how do I take that for granted?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times we as women, we take those things for granted. We take them for granted. And the minute that we sit just with that idea of like, I could create, what is in my power to create? And asking God the discernment to know, like, what is it that I need to create, whether it's with my hands, which are powerful, and at the same time, so like gentle, or my heart or my mouth or whatever it is like you're creating with. It's like, what is the intention behind that? Can we sparkle a little bit of our feminine in it and know that it's just as powerful as any masculine energy or as any like man next to you? And I think that's something that we truly forget as women. And I don't know how like you see that coming through.